Hello, how are you all doing? My name is Spencer Short, and welcome to Blockbusting Beats by using Logic Pro. So let's get started, shall we? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Spencer Short. I'm a trombone player. I've been a musician since the fourth grade. My mother, sister, and I would be singing around the house, but don't ask me to sing right now. My elementary school had offered an instrumental program back when I was in fourth or fifth grade, about 2007, and my interest in music had started from a show called Class of 3000, where the main character's teacher had played saxophone, and that's where I had started. And I had played saxophone back when I was in fourth grade, and then I tried with viola, didn't like it, so I went back to playing saxophone, and I had played saxophone up until my ninth grade year of high school. Um, about me playing saxophone, my middle school had offered a concert band program where I continued to play, and then, like I said, in high school is when I decided to switch. So I had decided to play trombone because my band director at the time had said that instrument seems like it suits you better. So as a result of that, I switched to trombone. It wasn't an easy transition, but I had done it. Being in this program helped grow my ideas of music and helped build me up as a musician, just get the general feel of it and how to be a better musician. And in my senior year of high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I had just known I wanted to do something with music, but I didn't exactly have a plan until I got into a class and my teacher had introduced us to GarageBand. And after I'd done GarageBand, I had said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And so from there, I had decided that I was gonna, when I wanted to grow up, I wanted to be a producer and an audio engineer and a traveling instrumentalist. So I had spent some time at a community college to knock out some general ed credits because after high school I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, or better yet, I didn't know how to approach it. So I said community college would have been the smarter option. It was affordable, and I had been able to do a lot of the things there for cheaper. Um, but then, when I was nearing the end of my career at my community college, I had said, okay, where do I go from here? And so one of my family friends had recommended Bowie State University to me. I had done some research and found out that Bowie State was affordable, that the campus was very close knit as a family. It's a small campus, but it's a campus that is very closely intertwined, and that they had a good music technology program, which is exactly what I was looking for. So as a result, I had done my own research. I had come to the school and I found myself to really enjoy and learn a lot more than what I would have on my own, and make several different, very important connections that have led me to who I am today and who I will be in the future as well. Like I said, Bowie State wasn't affordable. It's a historically black college and university that I really wanted to attend to. It helped me become more of myself and more comfortable. Like I said, I wanted to major in music and become an audio engineer and producer, and it introduced me to a very various spaces and people that helped me figure out what I wanted more for my career. Um, which leads me into my next slide, which is my main DAW or choice of music creation software is Logic Pro X. That's what Bowie State had introduced me to as well. Is a digital audio workstation, which is basically an audio software that allows you to record, input MIDI, and do edit and record digital audio. Now you may ask, what is MIDI? That's a random term. Well, basically, think of it as information that you can put into a audio workstation that will translate into music being emulated on a computer. So essentially, you can get what's called a controller or a keyboard, and you can input the information from note. You can input the information as notes, and it'll translate. You can input information as if it were a typing keyboard, and it'll translate into notes on the digital audio workstation. Um, as I said, you can also sample in there as well. And sampling is basically taking an existing bit of audio, whatever it may be. It could be from a clap to all the way to this orchestral masterpiece, or in my case, taking a trombone and talk box and using it to add on to a song or make it the foundation of a song. And you can do so much with sampling. You can edit it, you can contort it, you can change the pitch, you can change the tempo, all these other various wonderful things. So here I have my samples. Now, I recorded myself playing trombone and talkbox, and now, if you don't know what a trombone is, it's basically an instrument with a slide. It's a long tuning slide that you can play that has this unique and kind of tenor brassy sound that kind of works together and is more so fit for chords and melodies. I use mine for chords. Um, and a talkbox. A talkbox is a device that you can plug into a piano or a guitar amp, and there's a tube attached to it which you can put in your mouth. And when you do that, you can talk through it. You don't sing through it. You talk through it, and it creates this sound. It's very interesting and unique sound that I just so happen to really like, and I wanted to add on to my project. Examples, the raw ones. All right, so you hear the trombones. Um, Now, for my trombones, I liked the chord progression. I liked the way that it was sounding. I liked the way that it went. But I also felt like the brassy sound was a bit too much. So I wanted to kind of dilute it just a tiny bit, just so it can sit in the background and kind of be a nice supporting factor in it as well. And I layered it with a filter, which basically kind of muffles out the sound. I pitched it down, taking it down about a whole step, which means I brought down the key, and I sped it up a little bit. So all right, so there's my trombone. That's it. That's the original. That's it edited. Now, while I made the talkbox part afterwards, so it's in the initial key that edited trombone sound is in. And here's all right. So as you heard, it's the same chord progression. It's just it's a bit lower. But and when I recorded this, I said, okay, I like the chord progression and I like the way that the talkbox sounds. However, the way that it was recorded, I also didn't like the way it kind of cut through because it didn't seem like it was going to sit well within my mix. So what I wanted to do is I also wanted to send it further into the background as well and kind of base it off of that, like make those the foundation as chords should be. So what I did was I added a filter over it. I sped it up again as well. Um, and I added some pitch correction to it so that way it sits well, it doesn't go flat or anything, and it kind of has the same feel as the trombone part, and they're layered on top of each other because they're both chords. So here's that. Alright, so as you can hear, having that in the background kind of allows it to not have this background noise also cut through as well with me pressing on the keys. It allows it to sit in the background and still kind of add to the rest of the song without really cutting through and taking up too much. Um, um, a trombone sample of me, the original sample that I had initially recorded myself. So as you can hear, that one's also been processed and edited. Um, I had initially had a sample that I wanted to that I had played. I had played over 4 separate trombone parts. This simple little chord progression that I decided, I like it, but I also wanted to pitch it up. So I took it down. I took it down 2 semitones or 2 half steps, which is a whole step, which in music theory basically means you're moving the key downwards. And I liked what I had, but I like how it sounded, but I also didn't like the way that it was cutting through everything. So I kind of wanted it to be I kind of wanted to be a layer or a backbone, which is why I made them chords, and which is why I added a filter over it as well. So that's why you have what it sounds like there, which is filtered, and I added some plugins or edited it to make it give it this specific sound quality. I added some auto tune over it as well to give it the specific quality that I really enjoyed underneath everything on top of it. And I've been throwing out some terms as in filters and auto tune and everything. This is a part of mixing, and what mixing is making minor adjustments or just adjustments to a song or a specific part in the music in a digital audio workstation to make it clear and to make very big adjustments as a whole. These minor changes can be as simple as turning a knob or turning a knob to turn the volume down, or can be as complex as cutting out different frequencies so that way the lower end of the frequencies can come through, or the higher end is boosted. And this, in my opinion, is the most important part of any song, because without mixing, what can you do with everything? Mixing is very, very important. Mixing is essentially the foundation. It's what cleans everything up and what makes it presentable to the public. All right, so here we have my full performance. Like I had said earlier, I want the chords and everything, the main part, the part that I recorded of myself, to kind of sit in the background and add to it, but you'll still hear it. So let's give it a Alright, so there we have my project. Like I said, um, as you heard and as you heard at the very beginning, I wanted the chords to be chords and sit in the background. Um, as you see, I mixed them in well enough so they're not overpowering, but they're kind of sitting where everything else can kind of move on top of it, and there's still space for more stuff to be put in there as well. Um, as you heard the talk box come in, it's kind of like it's a little low, but it's this ambient sound that kind of sits in between everything else, and I feel like it just adds in as well. So there's my project. plans and goals for the next 5 years are to gain experience in audio work. As I had said at the beginning of this, my goals are to become an audio engineer and producer and a traveling musician. So to do that, I want to gain experience in audio work as much as I can. I would like to I would like to continue work at studios. I would like to find work in different areas, just anything dealing with sound, so I can get a better grasp of it. I would also like to become certified in several DAWs, primarily Pro Tools, and I want to become certified in Logic, so that way I can gain better proficiency in working and becoming a producer and audio engineer as well. And I also would like to start a record label called Why So Serious. Why So Serious's goal is to become a record label similar to Motown, where we build up artists to perform and travel, but not in the same fashion. I don't want to appeal to anyone. I would like to build up artists that haven't had the chance or feel like they don't have the opportunity to shine, or they need a platform. So that's what I'm here to do, and that's what Why So Serious is here to do and grow in the future. Um, me anything. And if you like what I had done or how my project sounded, you can find me on Instagram at issa.goldie. My phone number is there as well, and my email is there as well. Feel free to contact me anytime with your name and purpose of email, and I'll see you later. Thank you for listening to my project, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.